is this, this aversion of change because we have to protect ourselves, right? Sometimes our fears make a lot of sense. Our fears warn us about something dangerous. We would be rather crazy not to have fear of a tiger if you watch the movie Life of Pi. We would be very, very stupid to not be afraid. So some of our fears are we're more prone to some fears than to others. So we have a little bit of an imprint in our brain to be afraid of certain things. So actually, we're much more likely to be afraid of snakes and spiders and heights. These are things that we're much more prone to be afraid of. And then some are more afraid of that than others and have to work on that in therapy. But fears are, number one, our attitude about fear is usually very, very negative. We want to get rid of our fears and our anxiety as quickly as possible. I mean, who wants to be anxious? We want to get rid of them. So, and then in the course of that, we oftentimes skip over it and really don't see. We just don't deal with it. We don't deal with the actual fear. We just avoid it. So one very important step in mindfulness is to look at the fear for what the fear is. Oh, I'm afraid of this. And now examine the fear. As soon as you observe your fear, you have a little space between yourself and the very automatic experience. You're creating a little bit of space and you're looking at it. Now, do I look at it judgmentally or kindly? That's the second thing. Don't just look at it, but look at it with kindness. Oh, I'm afraid. There's a part of me that's afraid. I'm not going to judge it. I'm going to look at it non-judgmentally, and I'm going to kind of embrace it. Face and embrace is something that I've come up with. I like that. It's easy to remember. Face and embrace whatever negative experience you have. Face and embrace it fundamentally. So it is here. There's no way around it. It's here right now. It may not be there in the future, but it is here right now. That's a good beginning. That's a good beginning from dealing with your fear instead of just hating it so much you don't want to deal with it. You're down on yourself for having them in the first place. So many people tell you shouldn't be afraid. Oh yeah, another judgment. We really need that, right? So being kind to yourself. And another way, of course, followed by facing and embracing is to inquire, to do inquiry, to look, what is this fear all about? What does it tell me? What does it want to warn me against? What is it that my body wants to warn me, and why? What purpose does my fear have? Because everything we experience has a purpose. It's interconnected with the rest of us. And to shed light on that may take more time. And to sit with it quietly and to meditate over it is very, very helpful as well. Confront it, make it bigger sometimes. It's very, very helpful to make it feel bigger.